UFC is scripted. If you clicked on this video, you know what I'm about to talk about. At UFC 321, Tom Aspinall, Cyril gone. I pokes Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall can't see. They stop the fight. No contest. Social media, UFC community, everybody's going wild. Tom Aspinall's weak. Cyril Gane's a cheater. Whatever. Ante Delija, Tom Aspinall's training partner and friend, who Tom Aspinall said multiple times that if Ante Delija is close to a title shot, I will vacate my title for him to get it. Said, I had 33 fights, and I never poked somebody in the eye, and I do believe the punishment for that should be severe. Crazy, right? Whatever. Not even a year later, not even on the next pay-per-view, next card, next week, Ante Delija is fighting Waldo Cortez Acosta. And towards the end of the first round, Delija has Waldo up against the fence. You know, they're throwing haymakers at each other. Delija throws a left to mask the right hook, but Waldo Cortez Acosta kind of like pushes his hand, and Delija's fingers basically slip into Waldo's eye. And Waldo is covering up, Delija swinging off. Mark Smith saw something though and stopped the fight. It wasn't stopped because Delija had won, but he stopped the fight. He asks for replay officials to replay it. They replay it and they see the eye poke. Mind you, Delija thought he won. He thought it was over, adrenaline dump. He's out there celebrating with the coaches. And then all of a sudden he's like, what's going on? Costa's there, just sitting there, you know, gruesome in pain, eye poke, whatever. And Mark Smith, the ref, goes out there and says, fight's gonna continue. There's still time on the clock. We're gonna give Waldo 5 minutes to recover, and we're gonna restart this fight. And this is just crazy, because this could have been the same situation as Aspinall and Cyril Gane. And the fact that this happens to Tom Aspinall's training partner is insane. So, whatever, they restart the fight. And not even like a couple minutes in, not even like to the next round, dude, Waldo lands an overhand right that lands on Delija, and he finishes him TKO. Waldo's there grimacing, holding his eye. He goes out there on the mic and says, that's how you fight, Tom Aspinall. Yo, that was crazy to watch. And I'm just here like, bro, this is why I say the UFC sometimes scripted, because we have situations like this, but we just don't acknowledge it. But this one right here, like, it's just so crazy because obviously it's Tom Aspinall, heavyweight champ, and then his training partner, bro. So it was just crazy. And then Delija goes on Instagram and says, one, I'm not sure if I hit him in the eye. I think it's near the eye, of course. I want the video where you can see that sting correctly. Two, the ref did not show timeout, but stopped the fight and therefore declared me the winner. That decision cannot be changed later. It's crazy that it didn't go to a no contest, but at the same time, we've had so many situations with referees lately, like what happened with Magny and Matthews, what happened in Vancouver with Mike Mallet and Drew Dober. Drew Dober got a point taken away after one groin strike. Mike Mallet threw 2 groin strikes and didn't get a point taken away. So, yeah, it's been a little bit crazy with the referees this year. And I think they made the right decision. First of all, I don't think Mark Smith called off the fight. He stopped it because he saw something and he immediately went into replay review. And, yeah, it was an eye poke. So, they didn't declare Delija a winner, because if they did, his coaches would have been in there in the octagon with him, and they would have just, you know, called it a no contest or whatever. So, yeah. He then says, my opponent sat and relaxed while watching the footage for more than a few minutes. Well, yeah, they're going into replay review. The fight's not over. I get it's an adrenaline dump and all that. Then he goes on to say that the fight continued irregularly. And at the end, he says, I asked for nothing more, just honesty. I don't run from defeat. I respect every opponent and every outcome, but not when rules are broken and I'm robbed. Not in this way. The sport hasn't seen this yet. Buddy, they've seen this already like multiple times. It's just crazy that it happened to you. after your homie went out there and put up a no contest. Honestly, if you really think about it, this just makes Tom Aspinall look so much worse because, heavyweight division, same as him, Waldo Cortez Acosta gets eye poked, goes out there, wins by knockout, and you're thinking to yourself, damn, was Tom really hurt? The narratives start, boiling up again. Like, it fuels more into the rematch more than anything because there's more narratives now, especially after, Waldo Cortez Acosta going out there, getting eye poked, and winning by knockout. Something Tom could have won. Like, it could have happened to Tom. He could have won by knockout. And obviously, this puts Waldo Cortez Acosta closer to a title shot. Maybe like one fight away. If he wins his next fight, he's definitely next between the winner of Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane. Especially if Tom Aspinall wins, because if the UFC's smart enough, they could build a story around this. Like, oh, Tom Aspinall eye poked. His teammate next week's eye pokes Waldo Cortez Acosta. Cortez Acosta wins by knockout. He wins his next fight. He gets Tom Aspinall. Like, if the UFC's smart enough, they could build around this and make it into something. But Dana White is not even, like, in the UFC right now. He's too busy with TKO and boxing or whatever. But this situation is just crazy. Now, let's really think about it. Should it have been a no contest? Yeah, but who cares, to be honest? We've had so many, like, fights recently and so many referees screwing up that at this point it kind of looks normal. And to be honest, Mark Smith did what he had to do to give the fighter a fair chance. It sucks that Delija went out there and thought he won and he went out there and got knocked out instead. But shit happens. That's all I gotta say, shit happens. But honestly, let's see what's next for Team Aspinall, bro, because after the last 2 weeks, it's been rough for Delija and Aspinall. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. I thought that was something to talk about for sure. Crazy situation. I'm J-Naps MMA. Like and subscribe.